Okay, it's Thursday, 16th of March, and I'm talking this evening with Alfie Pavey. Alfie, how are you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, thank you.
Jolly good, right. Got you down as born 2nd of October 95, which makes you 27.
Yes.
Born in Southwark.
Yes.
Who do you support?
I don't actually. Don't
No?
really actually support a football team. No, just play it.
So how do you get into football and not support anyone?
Yes, I know. Very strange.
It's very strange. Right. Using Wikipedia, so we don't know how correct this is going to be. You all started you down as a youth player at Maidstone United.
Yeah, that's where I started. I started off at Maidstone, just doing like the football academy down there. So
Yeah.
I was there for 2 years, done my education there as well.
Right.
And then yeah, that was it.
What age did you join there?
16.
16. And it says you were quite prolific. 300 goals in 3 years, is that?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it was 3 years. I was there. I was there for a season and a half before
Right.
I got my move to Millwall. It might have been 2 seasons or something like that. So yeah, it was just sort of, we had the sort of best team around at the time, and
Yeah.
yeah, just dominated the league. And I think my highest goal scoring season was 125.
Wow.
But we was beating teams like 15-0,
Right, so
scored
that's why
like
the goals
7
came.
or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
brilliant. But obviously, it was good to catch the eyes of Millwall. So, which league were Millwall? In League One or Championship?
At the time, there was a championship club.
Right.
So yeah, I got asked to come in for a trial. So I was there for around about 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And funny enough, not many people know the story that when they offered me a scholarship at the end of it, and I originally turned it down because I was always one that just enjoyed playing football with my friends, and
Okay.
I didn't like coming out of my comfort zone. I was quite a shy kid, and
Right.
I never really, like I said, didn't want to come out of my comfort zone, and I didn't really want to go into a place like that. So it was very strange that I turned it down straight away, and then they called me back and was like, "No, come in and have a chat with us. We'll talk you through it." And after that, it eased me up a bit, and I said, "Hey, what have I got to lose?" You know, and I got offered a second-year scholar and a third year pro, so it was sort of like a 2-year scholar as such. So yeah, that's how it started.
So, were you never really looking to have a career in football at it?
No, my dream's always to be a footballer, but it was just more of like, I was at an age where 16, 17, it was sort of like, you look at everyone that has always come from being young and gone through. I never really looked at it as like, oh, I'm going to get picked up now, do you know what I mean? So it come to me as a bit as a shock, and like I said, I was a shy kid, and I never really liked coming out of my comfort zone, and I was just comfortable where I was.
Right. Okay. Now, you made about 11 appearances for Millwall. Do you remember your first appearance?
Yeah, I remember my first appearance. We was in the championship still. Wolves away. I think it was the last game of the season. At 35,000, 40,000 people, which was good. I only come on for like 5 minutes, but you know,
It still counts.
yeah, I got a bonus for it, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, no, that was a great experience to come on.
Great. And then you had loans from there at Barnet, Aldershot, Bromley, Hampton, Richmond, Dartford.
Yeah.
All ended in about 2017. What was it a sort of thanks but no thanks sort of talk, or
Say that again. Sorry.
is it I think you left there in 2017. So was that
With Millwall, yeah.
Yeah. So was that for no?
Yeah, no, it just obviously I hadn't made an impact at the time in terms of like my sub appearances.
Yeah.
And that I had a conversation around the Christmas time just before the end of the season, and I got told I was getting released, so I made a decision to get one more loan in at that time. I think it might have been Dartford. And, so that listen, at the end of the day, if you're not good enough, you get released. I'm not one to sit here and go, oh, it was this, it was that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I wasn't good enough to stay there.
Okay. So obviously stepping up from Maidstone to Millwall, there must have been a difference in training regimes and things there. Was it hard work?
Yeah, the way I looked at it, I was always a year behind everyone because obviously I was coming in as a second-year scholar, so everyone had already done a year before I had already got in there. So I'm going from literally eating what I want, doing what I want.
Yeah. Stricter regime.
Yeah, to the full-time training, and it took me quite a while to adapt, which they understood, and you know that's why I think they give me a third-year pro to give me that time to sort of catch up on people. And then 6 months into my third year pro, I got offered a 3-year deal, professional deal from Ian Holloway. So
right, he was a bit mad as a box of frogs when Ian Holloway. He's a bit different.
Very different to everyone else. But you know, I thought he was spot on as a manager, and I enjoyed being in the environment that he created. Although the results on the pitch wasn't that good, and obviously at a club like that, you're always going to get judged on results. But yeah, he gave me my first professional contract, so I can't complain.
So in the 2017, you ended up back in Kent. This time we were Welling United. And the following season, or probably it's the same season, 17-18, Dartford. Yeah, so and you had a bit of prolific spell down there. You got back on the goal trail.
Yeah, so like, obviously after getting released, it's all about trying to find your way back into the system. You're sort of lost and you don't know where your career's sort of going. So I made the decision to sign for Welling, which was a poor one. And after 2 weeks, I was on a long contract, so I could leave at any point. I wasn't playing straight away, and it was just like, I can't really afford not to play after just getting released. So I phoned Tony Berman up again, and I said to him, look, I made a mistake, because he offered me something as well as Welling, and I chose Welling. I held my hands up and I said, I made a mistake. Listen, I'll take whatever you've got, and I'll come down. And it ended up being the right decision, and listen, I pay a lot of credit to Tony Berman. What a great manager, what a servant to the club, and what a servant to football, non-league football. I still keep in contact with him to this day, and is somebody I look up to, and just had a good impact on myself and my football career.
So having done well at Dartford, the following season you ended up haven't. So was that a case of they wanted you, or?
Yeah. So listen, it was quite a strange one, to be fair. After scoring 20 whatever goals I scored and winning National South Player of the Year, I thought, right, I might get back into the league. This might be my chance to like straight away. Do you know what I mean? A year later, and nothing really come up. So it was quite a surprise to myself, because after getting released to then bounce back the way I did, I thought was quite good, because I had never scored that many goals. Even when I went on loan, it was like 2 goals here, 3 goals there. So to do what I'd done, I thought was quite a credit to myself. I just got my head down and cracked on. And Haven was sort of just the only one that got in contact with me, really. And obviously they beat us on the final day to get promoted. Tony didn't want to let me go, but he said, look, at the end of the day, like, you've got to do what's best for you. And the National League was obviously appealing to me. I was still stepping up. They put a deal on the table that I accepted, and I was there for 6 months.
And then you're back to Kent again.
Yes.
This time with Dover.
Correct.
You live in Kent?
Probably, yes. No, that one had come about because Andy Hessenthal was down there, and I knew Lee Walgan, the goalkeeper. And I just got a message one day, just like, would you be interested in coming? And I just said, like, let's see what the situation is down here. I was training 2 evenings in Portsmouth, so ideally I didn't think of that at the time. And it was taking its toll on me. I was getting back at 12 o'clock at night, and my back was in bits, just driving 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Like, I couldn't cope. And I sat down with Lee Bradbury, and he just said, look, listen, and he was full-time training. So he was like, listen, if you want to go, I'm not going to step in your way. I think they just wanted to get rid of me personally. But I would take that one on the chin. Listen, it worked for both parties. And I ended up down there for 6 months.
So were you at Dover when you got those massive point deductions through the COVID season?
So that was last year, So this is my first spell at Dover that I had. So I was there for 6 months. And I actually had quite a good spell there, to be fair. I think I scored like 1 in 3, which weren't a bad return considering what I played. And they had an EF Young at the time, so I was competing with him. Who listen, he's been a prolific striker in the National League over the years. So Barnet then come and approached Dover, and I think again it was a deal that I couldn't turn down personally, and it was a deal that Dover couldn't turn down. It was an undisclosed fee, and it worked for both parties, so it was just one of them that it had to be done rather than I wanted to go.
Good facilities at Barnet, since they moved from under here.
No, listen, it's a fantastic facilities. You've got everything you want there as a player. Did I enjoy my time there? No, I didn't. It didn't go to plan, and so I'm not going to. I'll leave it as that one.
That's fine. And then back to where it all began, 21-22, Maidstone United. Now, that must have been Hakan.
Yes.
He was obviously had a couple of spells here
before
he left to join Maidstone. What was it like working for him?
Yeah, so obviously it was after the COVID season. My spell didn't go well at Barnet, and I was there for 2 years. I think it was 18 months or something, and COVID hit, and so I got injured, so I hadn't actually played for around about 18 months, 2 years. So I was sort of falling out of love with the game, and I didn't really know what to do with myself. I was thought about packing it in. Like I said, I just didn't really know what to do. So Mason approached me earlier in the just before the pandemic sort of season was finishing, and I said, look, let's stay in touch and see what happens. And then they come back up again, and it's where I started. It's where I done my education. As a kid, that's what I always said. One day I wanted to return there, and to have that opportunity, I don't think I could have turned it down. And I was like, yeah, definitely, let's get that done. And although I only played 14 games last season,
Promotion season.
in the promotion season, yes, I only played like the first 14 games.
Did you score down here?
No, I didn't play here. No, I didn't play here. I ended up having to go on loan because I just weren't getting game time, and I went back to Dover again. And that's the season that they had a 12-point deduction, which was tough, but yeah.
And also amongst all that, you got an England C cap, and you scored.
Correct. Yeah. So that came about after my season with Dartford. Yeah. So I had obviously that good season. Then I went to Havant, and then one day when I was at Havant, I just got a phone call from the England C people, and they just said, "Look, you're on a provisional squad at the moment. Be prepared to get called up if someone pulls out." And then it was that Saturday somebody got injured, and then I got the call up. Fantastic experience. I think that's one of the best things about non-league, that they offer that opportunity for players. It's a showcase game as well. You don't know who's watching. It's the best of the non-league players. So that was a fantastic experience, and obviously nice to win 1-0 and score a goal.
Who did you play against?
Estonia.
Right.
Yeah.
Where was it played at?
So it played at Leighton Orient. We stayed at Brentwood Holiday, and we trained at Barnet, and then we played Estonia at Leighton Orient.
So you made one appearance, you've got one goal, and you've not got it up since. What happened?
I then got called up again for the second one against Wales C, which was being played against Salford.
Yeah.
On that Saturday, I played in a game and I rolled my ankle, but it wasn't like a bad injury. It was one of them like, right, let me see how it goes. So we went up to Manchester. We stayed in hotel football outside Old Trafford and it just weren't easy enough, and I had to pull out the squad at that time. But again, that would have been my second appearance, and then since then my career's gone downwards. So
well, not downwards, because you're now here. So what attracted you to Braintree?
Look, it was I got put on a transfer list at Dover. Why, I don't know. I think it was just a matter of opinions, considering I was their top goal scorer at the time, and they're not scoring goals, and they're in a relegation battle at the time as well. So to get rid of your top goal scorer was quite bizarre to me. So listen, I was open to see what was out there. Braintree was one of the clubs. I spoke to the manager, and I'm happy to say this on record that the manager here is possibly one of the best managers that I played under. He's young. He wants to learn himself. He wants to push his players on. And not only that, he wants to push himself. And I think when you've got a squad that buys into that, you are always going to have success. And Braintree fans probably won't want to hear it, but I think he's going to go somewhere else, because the way he's approached himself in management so far, I think it's fantastic. And if I was this football club, I'd do everything possible to keep hold of him. I must say that.
Right. So we're in the playoff picture at the moment, and we're beaten at home at the moment. We've got a cup finals which you can't take part in, unfortunately. Things looking quite good at the moment.
Yeah, listen. Playoffs always, I think at the start of the season, everybody aims for either promotion or playoffs or where you're at. This is the business end of the season now, and we're in it. So every game we've got to take it one game at a time. That's the motto here at the moment. We're looking at the next game, tick that one off and go again. I'd probably say you probably need 3-4 more wins, and I think playoffs are secure personally. So got some teams that are in and around us, and some teams that are lower down in the table. So there's your opportunities right there. Again, a cup final on Tuesday, which I think we've sold about 1,000 tickets, 1,100 tickets at the moment, haven't we? So that'd be a great occasion for the football club. So yeah, so it's been. I think no matter what happens, Braintree Football Club's had a positive season, and I think people can see that.
Yeah.
Can we go that step further? Yeah, we can. We get in the playoffs, and when we're in the playoffs, listen, we get anyone here in the playoffs. Like you said, like no one wants to come here. They don't. Like, as a player, they're playing against Braintree. It was always like, oh, I've got to go Braintree away this weekend. Like it's as a player, it's not a nice place to come. Like you don't want to, but as a team, we've made this place horrible for them people. So it's a credit to the football club.
Right. Just reflect back to last Saturday, bit of rush of blood to the head moment. You'd been fouled twice on the trot. And some of the sorts said, that's red.
Yeah, look, listen, I've never been sent off in my career, ever.
That was going to be the next question.
Yeah, I've never been sent off in my career. So at the time, I felt it was a foul, the first one, and he didn't give it. To then not give the second one as well after pushing me, it was like, okay, but yes, I should know better and not react the way I did. But on the other side, I don't think it's as bad as a tackle as people have made out to be personally. I think it's a yellow card at best, personally. That's my opinion. I don't know what other people say. There ain't no footage because it got wiped, so I can't look back at it. I think that the referees reacted to their reaction more than actually thinking about what's happened. But I should know better. Gaffer's openly said that. I should know better, use my experience, and not get sent off. So it is what it is. I've punished myself, I've punished my teammates by missing the next 3 games, so I've got to take that on the chin. Luckily I'm allowed to play Tuesday because it's a different competition, so I can keep myself ticking over if I'm picked, obviously, in that game. I just missed the next 3 Saturdays, which ain't ideal when you're in a promotion push and you've been playing every game so far. But listen, like I said, I've got to move on from it and learn by it myself. I'm 27 years of age. Yes, I'm probably one of the senior lads, but I'm still learning as well.
Alfie, brilliant. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.